Alright, so it's time for some Switch eShop deals. My name's Alex, this is SwitchCorner, and today I have 10 games for you all covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. Now, if you do enjoy the video, subscribe, it helps out the channel a huge amount. And before we do get into this, later in the video, as always, I have 2 winners to announce for 2 $10 eShop gift cards, and I also have 2 more to give away. To enter, drop a comment down below and the winners will be announced in next Saturday's video. Alright, so first up, Attack on Titan 2 Final Battle. This game is incredible, but make sure you grab this Final Battle Edition, not the original release. Now, why is that? Well, apart from the base game, you also get here all of the expansion content, and that ranges from fresh narrative arcs to additional playable characters, even brand new modes. This one as well, it's a regret of mine actually not snagging a physical copy back when they were everywhere, as they're now fetching hundreds of dollars. Now, as for the gameplay, it's a third-person action-adventure that puts you at the forefront of humanity's fight for survival, joined by familiar faces from the anime and manga. What truly nails it for me, though, is the sensation of facing these towering titans, and then the freedom of zipping through basically the air with your gear in tow. This then, it's 50% off and matching the low price. KO the Kangaroo is a treat for 3D platformer fans. Despite being broken at launch with save states not working, it has since been patched and is now in much better condition, at least aside from a few minor frame rate drops, and that's more towards the end game. Now, as far as genre entries go, I believe it's one of the better tributes out there, and here we embark on a hunt across multiple islands to uncover the truth behind our father's disappearance. KO has some great abilities too, such as climbing with his ears, and my only real complaint, the voice acting in this game is so annoying. It is really actually terrible. This though, it's 65% off, that is a new low price, and it's also the While Good bundle, which adds in paid DLC and that expands the experience with new locations to overcome and Halloween themed skins. SteamWorld Build is a recent release that combines city building strategy with exploration. The premise is straightforward, the planet is dying and you must dig to uncover technology that can help you escape. Your task is to build up a town basically of workers, then delve into the mines across multiple locations. But I had a good time with it. I must admit that on the Switch, the visual downgrade is noticeable, and it's not as replayable as many other city building games, as it really leans more towards that narrative focus. However, I really enjoyed exploring the different dungeon zones, witnessing enemies' attacks, and seeing how my squad then would respond. I'm not sure, basically, though, I'll be coming back now I've seen that story through. Overall as well, I will admit it is quite complex at points, so I do recommend watching my full review in the pinned comment before you do dive in. It's 25% off, that is a new low price. But Spencer and Terence Hill slap some beans too, and this is here with 25% off a new low price. Gonna be featuring this in a review kind of roundup video here very soon on the channel, as I do have a fair few games here to catch up on. But yeah, I did enjoy this one, I'd say as much as the original. I also will say though, it has many of the same problems, honestly, overly long levels. The combat just doesn't feel weighty enough. But as beat-em-ups go, it's definitely one of the more unique ones out there. You know, I never would have guessed these cult characters would receive the treatment. Basically though, far from the best in this genre, but fun to have. And yeah, right now, transparently, I'm kind of arguing between an above average 6 out of 10 and a good 7 out of 10. The thing that's kind of really bugging me, somewhat random mini-games in levels that do vary wildly in quality. Lego Bricktales is here with 55% off, a new low price. Now, in this adventure experience, you visit your grandfather's theme park, which is in disarray. To assist him, players must find parts and rebuild that park. Now, this involves using a teleportation machine to visit different worlds, including jungle, Aztec, and medieval settings. The gameplay basically revolves here around exploration, puzzle solving through building items, and uncovering secrets. Additionally, there's a robot assistant to aid players. There's also then a free build mode, and this is something I've always wanted to see from a LEGO experience. Now, despite some occasional awkward controls, I enjoyed this one, and you can find my full review in the pinned comments. Mortal Kombat 1 then is my pickup of the week, meaning this is not a recommendation, rather maybe you'll want to join me for the ride. Right now though, it's 50% off, a new at a low price, and yes, I know I've seen the videos, it is far from the greatest looking game out there. But I actually thought the last Mortal Kombat performed well on the hardware, and from what I've seen, that is actually the case here too. I'm actually a big fan of the series as well, but I just haven't had time to jump into this one. but I've got a big house move ahead of me personally, so this seems like a great game to play on the go, you know, pick up and put down in the downtime. I'm particularly looking forward as well to the story mode, ugly visuals and all, because I think with this series they always go above and beyond with that single player. Now, if you've played it, let us know in the comments, would love to hear your thoughts, because I know it's an easy build, I guess, to meme. Our first winner of the week then is T-Buck, who highlighted Blasphemous and said they were never able to beat it. That one for sure packs a challenge, but it's worth sticking with it. One of those games that definitely rewards you, and I promise you with that. Sequel is a gem too. Congrats on the win though, T. Drop me an email for the code, and everyone else, there's a second winner coming up here shortly in the video. Atelier Ryza 3, Alchemist to the end, and the secret key gets a new low price, 35% off, and this is well worth it. In this entry, a group of islands called the Cock Isles emerge near your hometown, prompting you and your friends to investigate the ruins located on them. And then there's also this mysterious gate. What follows is a quest to reach the code of the universe. Basically, this is meant to save your home. The Atelier series has consistently impressed me, and over the years, it has become a personal favourite of mine. In this installment, everything there is dialed up a notch. The open world exploration, the 11 party members, a key system unlocking new features, and the signature turn-based combat system that is better than ever. I also think these games are some of the best looking titles on the hardware. Tactics Ogre Reborn is now available at a 50% discount, which is a new low price. This tactical RPG is based on the 2010 release, but features updated graphics, sound, and gameplay mechanics, including the removal of randomized battles on the world map. The game has this fascinating story encompassing everything from missions of vengeance to civil war. Combat then takes place on multi-leveled battlefields, which means there's a learning curve, but it's incredibly deep and well worth practicing. Be sure with this one to check out my preview video in the pinned comment below. Just gives you a more detailed breakdown, and I think from that video it's clear I loved the game, and that sentiment remained the same throughout the full experience. Hogwarts Legacy is back with a new low price, 40% off. While I haven't finished the Switch build of the game, I did complete it on PlayStation. The general consensus is that it's a solid port, and I do agree. While it has seen expected downgrades, I didn't expect it to run as well as it does on the Switch, so it's definitely great to see. In terms of the story, you head to Hogwarts in the 1800s and find yourself at the centre of an adventure that revolves around an ancient secret that could threaten this world. I think this is the Harry Potter game people have always wanted, and that was evident from the astronomical sales numbers that this one did. Really curious to see what comes next from this team. Our second winner then is Tina, who highlighted Dragon Quest Monsters and gem of a game. Can't recommend it enough personally. There is a few performance problems admittedly, but the game is just fun. It is as simple as that. Now congrats on the win. Drop me an email for the code, and everyone else, drop a comment down below for your chance in next Saturday's video. Prince of Persia The Lost Crown gets a sale, and it's a monster, 40% off. This is a new low price, and I believe it's actually the first digital sale. Ubisoft wonders why people don't buy their games at launch, and this is why you discount aggressively and quickly, so people sit and wait for it. And let's face it, who can blame them? This statement out of the way, however, what a fantastic experience this is. Stunning world, fantastic characters, the combat is incredible throughout, the boss encounters are often challenging, and the story locked me in. I actually did a live stream of this, I'll link that down below for you all, but fans of this series or Metroidvania styled experiences, it is a must play, it gets it spot on. And that is the video down. Will you be picking up anything this week? Let us know in the comments. With that, a shout out to the patrons and the channel members who are going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe, join us here for reviews, deals, news and list daily, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.